Hello Factorio engineers, welcome to part 11 of my Pyanodon's adventure. In the previous part, utility science specs were almost ready, and about 3 hours later I started researching with them. Even though I have been researching almost continuously, it still hasn't finished yet. Considering that I am also doing this unnecessary research, there are still at least 10 hours left. After that I will continue with research that requires space science specs and then finish the game. My SPM is around 85 and the tech tree is currently about 95% completed. Since I started this run with the goal of 100% completion, I am doing all these unnecessary research, otherwise the game could have ended much earlier. At this stage of the game my FPS has started to drop seriously and that's quite annoying. I mentioned in the previous parts about that, and in the next part I will solve it by reducing the amount of buildings. But in this part, unfortunately I had to record with a bit lower FPS. With 750,000 buildings placed, this FPS level actually seems normal. Let me briefly show it on the map as well. I think even getting 50 FPS in such a crowded base is still impressive. The logistic boats also look like this. There are about 25,000 of them flying around. Total amount is 36,000 and I have more than 1500 roboports around the base. Let's take a quick look at the differences compared to the previous part. I will never need these accumulators, but I wanted to see how they look. This is my current power consumption. I'm only using about 10% of the total capacity. I produce utility science specs like this as I showed in the previous part. Productivity modules are really useful here. Space science specs are produced here as well. Unfortunately, we can't use productivity modules here. The first time I realized this, it was a bit disappointing to be honest. Right now, all science specs are available in sufficient amounts, so I'm basically in a waiting phase. From now on, the next stage will mostly be about replacing buildings to improve the FPS while waiting for research to complete. I built this entire area for coal production. I also expanded nickel production. Salt production was expanded as well. Now I have 2 trains here. I expanded the plutonium area a bit more and finally managed to use up all the excess plutonium isotopes. Only a small amount of high energy waste 2 is left here. I also upgraded the high pressure steam turbine. I didn't actually need this, but I built it anyway to divide the power production. This area has a lot of unnecessary buildings. I will replace all of them. I started using smart farms. Even though they are a bit pricey, I like it anyway. There are a few of them around as well. Another unnecessary row of buildings. When I rebuild it, it will look like this. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking when I built so many buildings around the base. This area will also end up looking like this. I extended the Nexelit production chain. It has become quite long now. I stopped counting how many steps it has. Since the other crude oil sources have run out, I am now using these. As I mentioned in the previous part, I dedicated this area to the final stage of plate production. I also built a new area for antimony. The old one was no longer sufficient. This area will also be much cleaner in its final form. Most of these items are for space science packs. Finally, let's take a look at the production charts. That's all for now. Thank you for watching so far. If you enjoyed, please like the video and subscribe for more. See you in the final part.